More nurses, it's that time again, my favorite time of the entire week. This is Monday Motivation / Let's Talk NCLEX, and we are here to do what we come to do. Coronavirus, no matter what it is, beforehand. And I was just like, man, we have to make sure that we continue to bring you guys real-time studying, real-time motivation, whatever we have to do. If we have to, totally transition the lives, like during this coronavirus, you guys need to know that we are going to be here. So we literally moved our office, moved everything so that we can give you live NCLEX review content, holding it down, representing always Remar Review. So today we're going to talk about, medical surgical nursing care. I love doing NCLEX questions because they really push you. To use a lot of fundamentals, integrated concepts, medical surgical prioritization. We're going to do it all today. Also, our Monday motivation is where the success is. Where is the success? I'm going to tell you where it is today. Shout out to the NCLEX virtual trainer. Jenny, you can do this, all right? She says, I just received my books today. I'm nervous and excited. I've taken and failed the NCLEX RN twice. Any suggestions on how to get started again after being discouraged for so long? Thanks in advance and happy studying. Stay safe, everyone. So I'm going to talk about that at the end of this broadcast for sure, how to get started. Okay. Another motivation, as a repeat test taker and out of school several years, I recommend Remar. Love that. April Jones, thank you so much for the recommendation. I really appreciate it. You guys are showing us so much love. And so we are just committed to keeping that energy going back for you guys. Renee Smith says, I purchased the Remar review on February 27th, 2020. It was easy to understand and remember the information. I took the NCLEX for PN on Tuesday, March 31st, 2020. Hey, and passed. Love our motivation. Love our testimonials that we have coming in. And I'm so proud of this number. I want everybody just look at this number. Right now, amongst everything that's going on, we have 6,200 nurses inside of the virtual trainer. That community is awesome. And there was a notice that, the coronavirus outbreak could shut the post office in less than 3 months, right? And so you guys know that as part of the virtual trainer, you get those physicals that they need before it is too late. So we did extend the VT sale for you guys. For those of you who thought that you were going to be going back to nursing school. And this is what happens is, some of us thought we would be able to take the NCLEX May or April like we planned. And so what has happened is that people are not able to go back to nursing school. And so we have a lot of nursing students that are like, I still want to be studying. I want to be prepared for when I go back to school in the fall to really dominate my courses. And so we have so many nursing students now in the virtual trainer that are just studying with me and keeping consistent and learning information that they probably didn't understand in nursing school. And then for us who had our tests delayed, thought we were taking them in April, but now we're not taking them to July. So they are now in the virtual trainer, getting pumped, getting studying, just grinding with me. And so we did extend that sale for you guys. So the virtual trainer sale, $149. We dropped that price down, plus the free shipping. As long as the postal service is open, we are going to work them. So free shipping. And if you already have stars on it, if you have this book and you are committed to studying it and you've already been studying it, guess what? The virtual trainer is just now $129. So great prices. You guys can get them. Get your VT. Hi, everybody at remarnurse.com. Well, now that we're all here, let's get into it. Facebook, YouTube, we're ready to go. This is a live study session. Receive 6 units of Humalog and 30 units of isopain insulin. This is our intermediate insulin prior to breakfast. What nursing intervention is most appropriate for this client? Is it number one, make sure the client's breakfast is ready to eat before administering the insulin? 2, offer the client a high carbohydrate snack in 6 hours. 3, hold the insulin if the blood glucose level is greater than 100. Okay. Or 4, administer the medication in 2 separate syringes. So we have here, which intervention is most appropriate? We're about to give insulin, and we're going to give a good amount of insulin. This is a lot of insulin that we will be given. So should we, 1, make sure the client's breakfast is ready to eat before administering the insulin? 2, offer the client a high carbohydrate snack in 6 hours. 3, hold the insulin if the blood glucose is greater than 100. Okay. Or 4, administer the medication in 2 syringes. What do you guys say is the most appropriate intervention for this client? Hey, if you're not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, you need to do that right now. Subscribe to this channel. Also, hey, share this video. Share this video on Facebook, because this is the only live NCLEX review that's happening right now. And I see the answers on the screen. And I'm so glad that you guys showed up, because we got a lot of education to do. All right. Because this is one of those topics you gotta get right. All right. You gotta get right. This is a basic safety question for the NCLEX exam. And so the correct answer, guys, is going to be, some of you may be surprised, but the correct answer is number 4. I did not see a lot of number 4s, to be honest with you guys. I saw a ton of number 1s. Hey, make sure that breakfast is ready. But if you mix these insulins together, that is totally inappropriate. Okay? Humalog is a rapid-acting insulin that is administered for elevated glucose levels, yes, and it should be given 0 to 15 minutes before breakfast. However, safety is what this NCLEX exam is about. And the rapid-acting Humalog, Novolog, insulins, they cannot with anything else. You guys have to remember that, because I actually got a question. I might have got that exact question on my insulins cannot be mixed together, because the presentation could be like, do you want to avoid pain? Or when I'm doing NCLEX questions, should you avoid pain by giving 1 injection, right? The client doesn't like needles. So can the nurse consolidate insulins to avoid pain? No, absolutely not. All right. Absolutely not. So the priority here is number 4. The priority here is number 4. And so we have to be ever so careful. Yes, number 1 is an easy distractor that many people fell for. Many people said, oh, yes, we got to get that food ready. And so that is why this is going to be an issue. For the client. Okay. All right. So I hope next time, we study questions like this, that you guys get that question. All right. And great job. All right. So my job here today is to present you with the distractors. There's a lot of distractors for today. All right, here we go. Next question is this. It says, what potential adverse effect does the nurse instruct the client to be aware of? All right. What do you guys say? Is number 1, tendinitis, 2, hypotension, 3, cough, 4, polyuria. All right. 4, polyuria. And this is a little pharmacology here. And it is great because for pharmacology, whether you're an RN or a PN, you gotta be intimately familiar with this. You gotta be intimately familiar with this information, okay? With this information. And I would think that the more we do, the more questions we do about this, the better off that we will be, I love studying with you guys because it just makes everything more comfortable, more, it just feels like a community to me. And so if we continue to do this, then we can be encouraged. Even during the difficult times. So I see you guys putting the answer on here, and I see them, but we have to do some studying. Okay, we have to do some studying here. So the correct answer, I'm going to show it to you. All right, I'm going to show it to you, and the correct answer is actually number one. It's number one. All right. And I don't know if we skip this point, a safety point here, tendon rupture. All right. And then so I went to, of course, Quick Facts and looked up ciprofloxacin. And so here are some of the other things that you need to be mindful of when it comes to ciprofloxacin: photosensitivity, GI distress. With this medication, it can show up as a false positive for weights, right? So, if you have a nurse who is going for an employee drug screen and it shows that she's positive for opioids, if you're taking NCLEX or you're critically thinking, you could say, maybe she isn't on opioids. Maybe she's taken an antibiotic like ciprofloxacin. So this is a really minute point for pharmacology that you want to be aware of for your NCLEX exam. Also, hey, arthrotoxicity, ciprofloxacin can cause that. So Quick Facts for NCLEX is a really great way that we can get fast facts. But hey, even if you got this question wrong right now, we are studying, we are learning. So we got to keep going. We're not taking breaks today. Hey, we're quarantined, but we still have the goal. So the next question, how about this, guys? Let's do it together. Here we go. Question number 3. When caring for the aging client, which is the most common pharmacological complication to occur as a result here? Okay. All right. So number 1, is it going to be an increased responses to the medication? Okay. 2, decreased chance of adverse effects. 3, changes in peak serum drug levels. Or 4, decreased dosages in medication. Okay. All right. So we are talking about what happens to the aging client. And remember, you got to know when you're taking care of an elderly person, particularly, let me just say this, when you're taking care of an elderly person, when we give them many different types of medications, are their bodies going to absorb it and metabolize it out very quickly like mine or yours? Probably not. So there's going to be a complication that's going to occur because their body is going to be so, I don't want to say slow, but I guess it is. It's just slow to absorb it. Like it says here, slow to metabolize it. So what is going to happen to that patient? Is it going to be an increased response to the medication, a decreased chance of adverse effects? What's adverse effects mean? All right. Do we know what that means? Changes in peak serum drug levels or decreased doses in medication. Okay. We are critically thinking and we are studying. All right. We're critically thinking and we're saying, a lot of people are saying 3. Okay. A lot of people are saying 3. I see that. And how about this? Let me show you guys the right answer. The right answer is going to be number 3 is correct. Number 3 is right. And the reason is because patients, right? Because patients absorb this medication slowly, that's going to change the peak of the medication. All right. And what happens is because sometimes we have to give an elderly patient more of a medication in order to see an effect. So that's definitely going to change the peak value of that medication. All right. All of the other ones are going to be opposite. So even if we look at the other options, number 1, increase responses to the medication. No, not if the absorption rate is slow. There's going to be a decreased response to the medication, right? All right, we can give an elderly person a medication, but they're not going to respond to it right away. It's going to take them longer, okay? So if we're giving them more medication and it takes longer to build up, number 2 says a decreased chance of adverse effects. What do we think about that? Are their chances of having a negative reaction going to decrease because they're elderly? Or are they going to increase for those very reasons? We have to give them more of the medication. We have to give them more of it. It's going to take longer for it to work. So they're going to have an increase in the chance of adverse effect. And then if we talk about the dosage, we might have to give them more of the medication, all right? More of the medication because of the decreased absorption rate, So number 3 is the correct answer here. Number 3 is the correct answer here. And I see a lot of people are like, yes, I got it, or, oh, I understand now. So that is always a perfect response to studying. Okay, how about we try another question? This is a really good one. We're going to switch topics and we're going to get into some legal. We're going to get into some legal nursing here. Here's the question, okay? A nurse is caring for an infant who requires emergency surgery. The nurse reads in the chart, the mother is 14 years old. The father is 15 years old, okay? The baby's father and maternal grandmother are at the bedside. Old mother, is it going to be number 1, the 14-year-old mother? Number 2, the paternal grandmother? Number 3, the 15-year-old father? Or is it number 4, no informed consent is needed? Woo, I love these questions today. I love them. Hey, what do you know about this situation? What's the right thing to do? Got an infant. They need emergency surgery. Okay. The mother's 14. The father is 15. Okay. The father is there. The grandmother is there. Okay. Who should give an informed consent? What is an informed consent? Do you even need one? Do you need one? That's number 4. No informed consent is needed. Okay. Oh, this is good. This is so good. I'm so glad you guys are here. Shout out to Sadell Bundy studying with us today. Lewis says no informed consent. Kiki says it's an emergency. All right. You guys, hey, listen. Don't get caught up in the distractors. That's all I'm going to say. Don't get caught up in the distractors. I wrote this with a ton of distractors in it. And I see some people falling for it. So I'm glad you guys are here today. All right. Tricky question. The correct answer for your legal, okay? For your legal ramifications, you guys have better pick All right. You better pick number 3. Okay. You have a legal guardian present. All right. This child is a minor. Don't you dare do surgery without getting a consent when a guardian is present. Don't you dare do it. All right. And you guys got to remember, okay? You guys got to remember that when a minor becomes a parent, they are emancipated. All right. They have privileges over their child. They have privileges over their child. All right. And consent should be attained from the parent that is present. All right. The mother is not there. Okay. The mother is not there. The question says you have a father and you have the father's grandmother who is nobody. All right. The father's grandmother is a nobody. All right. And so this is a situation. And so what happened was everybody saw emergency surgery. And you do a procedure in an emergency and you do it with implied consent if there's nobody there. So if the child was brought in alone and needed the surgery and there was nobody there, then you would do it, of course. Just like if an adult comes in and can't speak for themselves, you do it. But if you do a procedure while the parent is there without explaining the procedure, because that's what the goal of the the informed consent is. You have explained it to somebody that's responsible. If you do that procedure and ignore the rights of that parent, oh, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. All right. So the 15-year-old minor is not a minor if there are a parent. All right. So you got to keep that in your mind. OK, you got to keep that in your mind. Once you become a parent, you have legal rights over your child. All right. And so the reason why the mother isn't right, and it does specify that the mother is not there. OK. All right. So you guys, reading is another issue that some of us have, because reading is half the battle. All right. So, so the mother is not there. So if you, in an emergency situation, you have the father there, but you say, okay, how much time could that potentially take? We still do have an emergency. So why would we deny the father the right to give informed consent? All right. So it doesn't make sense there. It's just a matter of safety. All right. So, if you look at this question now, it should be very clear who the correct person is. And if you got it wrong, it was either a matter of two things. You didn't read it right. Okay. You didn't read it right. And also, or you just didn't know that as a minor, you can give informed consent. And so I put this one on there today. Okay. I put this one on there today because I knew that it could be a tricky one. Okay. I knew that it could be a tricky one. So, reading is half the battle. All right. And yes, that's what happens to us on NCLEX. We get caught up in those distractors. And so, it's so good. And yes, Melody, reading is fundamental. I like that. All right. Okay, here we go. Last question. All right. Here we go. Last one. A nurse is caring for a client who is post-operative for a spleen repair. What is the nurse's priority? Is it number one? We're talking about a spleen repair. Do you know what that is? Do you know where the spleen is? Okay. Is it number one, review the client's most recent lab results? 2, perform a physical assessment on the client. 3, examine the overall trend of vital signs. Or 4, update the client's family regarding the client's condition. Okay. All right. So our client just had a spleen repair done. Okay. That's a big surgery. Okay. What's the nurse's priority? Is it number one, review those laboratory values? You want to know what the laboratory values are. Or do you want to do a physical assessment? Or do you want to look at the vital signs so you can establish a baseline? Or four, do we want to update the family? Okay. Oh, and I got a lot of mixed answers. Mixed answers. Okay. All right. A lot of mixed answers here. Between 2 and 3. Also one is coming in there as well. One is coming in there as well. And so here we go. Here we go, guys. What are we going to do? What are we going to do here? All right. I'm going to show you the answer just because of the controversy. There's controversy in this. All right. The correct answer. You can't put 2 answers down. You can't put that. You cannot do that, you guys. That's a bad habit. You got to commit to 1. If you're down to 2 answers, you got to pick 1. Remember on the exam, having 2 answers is a nasty habit. The correct answer, actually, you guys know this, is 2. Absolutely, it is 2. The very first thing that you need to do is assess. How will you know what's going on with this patient if you have not assessed them? Who cares what their vital signs are? Who cares like what their laboratory values are? I need to know, this patient just came back from surgery. Are they bleeding? I need to know, do they have pulses? Are they alert and oriented? The nursing process, if you're going to be a great nurse, you have to assess first. Everything else is in addition to your assessment. Your assessment is what you hang your hat on, not another nurse's assessment. That's why I take my own vital signs. I do not allow other people to take my vital signs. I want to know for myself. That's just part of who I am. All right. So yes, we assess first. Got to get that one right. Okay. Got to get that one right. And so hopefully you guys will remember that principle as you do your nursing. All right. Yes, you guys, the nursing process at Pi. Okay. Got to do that. All right. So, hey, I hope you enjoyed studying today. It's time for our motivation. And this motivation, you guys know, it always speaks to me. And I just share what I'm going through with you guys. But, you know, the thought on my mind this weekend was, where is success? Where is it at? And so many of us, we're looking for that success. We want our lives to look a certain way. We want to have certain things. And so where is success found? Really? Where do you find this success at? If you're looking forward, where will it most likely be? I'll tell you where it's not. And this is for me. Success is not found in your fear of failure, okay? If you're afraid to do something because you don't want to fail, more than likely you are not going to be successful, okay? If you're afraid to finish nursing school because you don't want to fail, you don't want to lose money temporarily, you're not going to be successful there. If you are a procrastinator, okay? If you wait to the last minute to do things, chances are they will never get done, or they will take you 3 times longer to do them. All right. And this is for me. This ain't for y'all. All right. If you spend your days scrolling social media, okay, if you spend hours and hours, and everybody's phone is just like mine, they have this thing on your phones where it will tell you how long you spend on social media. It will literally tell you. I have a limit on mine. All right. So if you're spending 4 and 5 hours a day scrolling Facebook and Instagram, think to yourself, how much progress have I made in that time? How much progress on my life goals have I made in that time? How much money have I accumulated during those 4 hours? That's a whole part-time job for some people. Or have I made other people's dreams come true? Am I making Mark Zuckerberg the happiest billionaire? Am I clicking ads and getting other people pay? What am I using my time for? And so this is it right here, you guys. If you're not motivated, okay, if you're not motivated, if you have a lack of motivation, and I come on here and I do motivation, once a week, but if the rest of the week you're dead in motivation, then you're not going to get much accomplished. And so we all have to dig down and find our why. We have to find our why. Who are you looking at every day that's depending on you to get to the next level? Okay? What is your why? Do you hate your current job? Do you really need to pass NCLEX so that you can move on with your life? I mean, whatever that motivation is for me, my motivation to start Remar, really, really just take my life to the next level was a grilled cheese sandwich. It was literally a grilled cheese sandwich and French fries. And I can't even, it's not that I don't like grilled cheese sandwiches. I really do. I really enjoy them. But I was working on Thanksgiving and my family back home was having they were having like a great Thanksgiving meal. And I was working on one of my favorite family holidays, which is Thanksgiving. And I was sitting there eating a grilled cheese sandwich. And I said to myself, I never want to be away from my family on Thanksgiving again. So what is your grilled cheese sandwich? What is it that you are just like, I've had enough. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to not be paid for what I'm worth. I mean, because that's really a lot of it for you guys. A lot of you have the education of a practical nurse or a licensed nurse, but you're working at a regular job. I mean, what is it? All right. I like that. She says, I'm looking at my kids right now, right? I'm looking at my kids right now. Exactly. For some of you, it may be your children. You may want to give your children. And we're all in this together. It's not like, one of us, we all have different whys, but we all ultimately want the same goal. We want the same goal. And so also like not having a plan. Success does not drop in your lap. I am telling you guys, you have to fight for that thing. You have to scratch your way up the ladder. You have to be persistent. You have to have a plan. All right. You have to have a plan because nobody gifts you a nursing career. Nobody gifts you your license. It is not going to happen. All right. Nobody gave me anything. All right. When it comes to Remar Review, nobody gave me anything. Actually, they told me that I couldn't do it. They actually told me that I was Black and I was a woman and it was not going to happen. And so you have to be ready to overcome extreme amounts of adversity, extreme life challenges. Life is not easy for anybody. No matter what you see on Instagram or Facebook, the people who have, right, they have worked hard for. Most people know that success takes a lot of sleepless nights. It takes a lot of financial sacrifices and investments. Unless you are going to do it the easy way, you're going to try to sell drugs or some other illegal substance. Don't do that. You will have to work very hard for your long-term success. And I don't have to say that to you guys because anybody who has dealt with the stress of nursing school, you guys are prepared to make the sacrifices to maintain your success. All right. And so I'll talk about Remar, I'll talk about the virtual trainer, but this is what somebody needs to hear. All right. Because these few things will keep you guys in a comfort zone, and you will look around at your life, and after years and years, you will see very little progress. Okay. You will see very little progress. If you are not comfortable, where you live, where you work, if you are stuck doing these things, scrolling social media, procrastination, fear of failure, you literally get a chance to hold on to those things, right? So the things that you hate, you hold on to them. Some people are so tired of studying for NCLEX, literally been studying for years, but you can't break past the barrier. And so what you end up doing is you just stay in the position for a long time. And that is the true tragedy of not having your success. So, hey, through prayer, through a lot of sacrifices, the bottom line is success is not found where it's easy. Okay. Success is found in the work that you don't want to do. And that's just the truth of the matter. The stuff that we don't want to do, the hard tasks that we don't want to do, that is where our success lies. Okay. The getting up early. Oh man. All right. The stuff that we don't want to do. Some of us don't want to go back to school. Some of us don't want to study. Some of us, you got the virtual trainer and you don't want to study. You just don't. I mean, and I see it all the time. You don't want to get up at 5 o'clock to study. You want to sleep in. It's much better to take that nap, right? You don't want to work out, but you need to lose weight. So our success, I mean, you can say it with anything, all right? You want to save, but you don't want to, right? You don't want to not shop for your kids. You want to buy your kids the toys. You want to buy the fast food, so it's in the things that we don't want to do. So I want us to take inventory. I really want us to take inventory of this week and look at where we can put in the stuff that we don't want to do, whether it's in the morning, whether it's in the evening. I mean, just look at this list again. And so if the list here is something that's a big part of your daily life, you got to cross it out. I mean, from the time that you wake up, speak to me, Lord, and help me get rid of this fear of failure. Help me get rid of this procrastination. Help me turn off the social media. Instagram is not paying you. Facebook is not paying you. YouTube is not paying you. So you need to use social media for your success and not the other way around. Okay? You need to use social media for your success and not let it use you. All right. And then that motivation, I'm trying to help y'all as much as I can. But you got to keep it going also, and not having a plan. What is your plan? What are your goals? Do you have a plan? All right. Do you have a plan? And so this is what I did for myself this week. For the things that I did not want to do, and there's a lot, okay, that I did not want to do. I just set a small time period. I just said, okay, for the next 5 minutes, I am going to XYZ, whatever it is for you guys. For the next 5 minutes, I'm going to open up Quick Facts, study pharmacology. 5 minutes. You can do it 5 minutes, okay? Whatever it is, I'm going to do sit-ups for 5 minutes. All right. And so what that did for me is once I got started doing the thing, then I was able to continue on. So my timer was set for 5 minutes, but I actually ended up doing something for 30 minutes, and so that was progress. One of the hardest steps that we take is that first step. And so for you, it could be, okay, I'm going to go to the website of the Board of Nursing, and I'm just going to look at what I need to take the NCLEX, and so if you can just get started, you will find yourself pushing towards your goal. And so whatever that thing is for you, it's not about time anymore. Honestly, the way we're quarantined and locked down, we have the time now to do whatever we want. Some of you guys can build entire civilizations with all the time that you have. But if you don't get that first step started, nothing will change. You will come out of this quarantine in the exact same position that you started in, and that will be the tragedy. All right. That will be the sad part. And so this time that we have now is a blessing to level up. I want y'all to level up. 2020 can still be our year. All right. 2020, y'all can still have y'all license, but it's not going to come easy. It's not going to come easy. And so that was just my thought for today for you guys. And again, it just takes with the small steps. It takes with the small steps. All right. So you got this. You guys can do this. All right. If you have the virtual trainer, some people said, I got it. You're right. I have not been studying it. Shame on you. All right. Because this is the time now that we have it. I did a video. Somebody asked how I can study with the virtual trainer. Honestly, I think the virtual trainer is a great resource for any nurse right now in school or preparing for NCLEX. It is a way for you to be challenging yourself. It is a way for you to be learning your craft. It is a way for you to be prepared. Like the whole process of studying is to prepare you for real life nursing, because when you become a nurse, after you get your license, you still have to learn this craft. Nursing in the real world, totally different from NCLEX. All right. Totally different. But it's what you learned for NCLEX that helps you not kill people. All right. That foundation of knowledge, the stuff that we went over today, knowing who legally can give a consent and who can't, is the difference maker between somebody that is a safe nurse and somebody that is not. And so you guys did those questions. You know where you are. You know you have weaknesses in certain areas of nursing. And it's all right because it's fixable. You can study it out. But once you become a nurse, you have very little time to study in the same way. All right. And I know it's hard if you're a mom. I'm a mom. You know, I have 2 kids. This is not an easy road to walk, but it's for the safety of other people. And so you have to be able to put, you have to be able to prioritize. That's just all to it. And so going back to the virtual trainer, I did a video last week on how to study the virtual trainer. So if you have not seen that video and you have the VT, please watch that video because it will be very instrumental on you feeling comfortable. And I want to say something like this. There is opportunity for you who are in a position to get your license, to get it very I want to say quickly. I don't know if I should say quickly because, now that they changed the NCLEX and they have given you less questions, what the idea is that you have an opportunity to get your license faster. And I do see that they're opening up testing centers. And so they're trying to really make it more accessible to test. And so we're presented here with a great opportunity to get our license and contribute to the need. All right. But you cannot skip steps. And so studying a comprehensive review is part of that process for everybody, even more so because you don't have any more questions that no longer count. Every question on your NCLEX exam, it now counts. All right. It now counts. And so you have to be able to hit the ground with the correct answers. And so the things that people are seeing on their exams, the things that will be most carried out on the exam, I'm going to tell you, are really in this virtual trainer workbook. The infection control, the prioritization, you have to have these principles down. All right. You have to have this information down, and clinical judgment is a big part of that. All right. The scenarios that I presented to you guys today were very straightforward. I mean, they really were. They were rooted in principles that nurses should have at the end of their education. And you guys know Quick Facts is always, one of those books that no matter what, you gotta have memorized, period. Okay. VT is good. I went over it 6 times. Okay. Exactly. And so that's what I'm talking about. Going into this exam, knowing that, hey, I have done all I needed to do. Okay. I've done all I needed to do. All right. So a couple questions I got. I think I saw Gilly. I think I saw you said, can I do the virtual trainer in 4 weeks or 3 weeks? It was one of those. Yes, absolutely. You can do it. It will be a challenge, but if you look at the virtual trainer study calendar, if you look at it over 6 weeks and you just count up the times that I actually have you studying, there are only 24 times during that 6 weeks that I have you studying. And that's because I put in days, I put in, rest days for you guys. I don't have you studying on the weekends, but literally there are just 24 study sessions for both of these books. Okay. So when I did the calendar, I did study sessions for both of these books. And so do you have time to study 24 times in 3 weeks or 4 weeks? Absolutely. You absolutely do. And so you just have to make it a priority. You have to cut out, you have to cut out some time to do it, but it has been done. All right. And so that's one of the things. Another thing is if you have the DVD program, you can get the virtual trainer. Okay. You can get the virtual trainer. Go to remarnurse.com. Because some of you have the program from 2016, the DVD program. I would highly suggest that you get the virtual trainer, okay? And you go to remarnurse.com to get it. And like I said, we do have the sale going right now. So $149, and that includes free shipping. I know how you guys like free shipping. And our shipping gets there in 3 to 5 days, all right? Victoria on YouTube says, hello, I passed NCLEX with the virtual trainer in Quick Facts first attempt. And I was so excited to get that letter because she said she was going to recommend Remar. So what you get with the virtual trainer, you get the online program. You guys tell her on YouTube how great the online platform is. So you get immediate access to that. And then you get these 2 workbooks that we mail to you. But if you watch the YouTube video on how to get started, you can see how much stuff you can do day 1 from the virtual trainer. And it comes with the books. So that's $149 for 90 days in the virtual trainer plus the books. All right. The 2 books together. You can't finish the VT without the books. All right. Yes. Congratulations, Victoria, newly licensed. We can, we will, we must. Yes. If you've been out of school, don't worry. You can do it. You can do it. Kiki says, I love the VT. Absolutely. And so what we are trying to accomplish is to make sure that we bring all of the students studying for NCLEX into a place where not only can they get information, but remember, there is the discussion board. There's a community inside the virtual trainer. There's the content, your homework. It is literally the place to be if you're studying for NCLEX right now. All right, period. This is the best comprehensive review that is available. And you can shop around. You can do it. Can it be done? All right. Yes, you can shop around. You can do it, and you will not find a better program. And I say that because I created it myself. You guys know I've been doing this for 10 years now, and the testimonials speak for themselves. If you have the DVD program, the elements of the DVD program have been incorporated into the virtual trainer. But we took it to another level. I mean, when we remastered the DVDs, we included more information. It's just a great learning experience, and it addresses every learner. So if you're an audio visual learner, you have the lectures there. If you're a writer like me, I'm a flashcard maker. I mean, I make all kind of lists. So I make a grocery list. I make a flashcard list. I write down what I'm going to cook if I'm doing a big dinner. And so that's the kind of learner that I am. And so for me, it was so important to have a workbook with this program. A lot of, in my opinion, if an NCLEX review is strictly online and there's nothing for you to write, then there is a big part of the brain that's not working. And I think that all of the brain needs to be involved in a learning process. And that's just how, you retain information. And so you're watching the videos, you're writing, you're hearing. I mean, like, we even put like background music in some of the videos because some of us, music helps us to remember things. And so it's just like a phenomenal learning experience. I have never seen videos like these before. And so right now, substance abuse is my favorite video in the virtual trainer. I was watching a Netflix documentary. And I was just like, trainer for me right now is substance abuse, but you can ask me next week. It might be something different. And so if you have fun today studying with me, then you're going to love the lectures. You're definitely going to love the lectures. So somebody says, which package is the best? So right now we only sell the virtual trainer. We no longer have the DVD packages anymore. So everything that we do, everything that we put in right now is in the VT. All right. So Marianne says, yes, that's how I learn and retain, from writing it down, also hearing it. So I am doubling the work, but it helps retain it. Yes, it does. It feels like, it really feels like you're in class, right? It really feels like you're in class. And then the great thing about the virtual trainer is that it's tracking you. And so you can pick up right where you left off. You can go back to study. You can put your notes in, all these things. All right. So during this time, what we find is that nursing students really love to have structure. Right now, things are really day by day and things are changing, but the structure that the virtual trainer provides you allows you to come to a place and continue making progress in an area. All right. So for $149, I get access to the VT for 90 days along with 2 books. Yes, that's Shaniqua. Did I say that right? Yes, you do. You get all of that. And that's why this is like such a phenomenal NCLEX review price. And you guys know NCLEX reviews are $400, $500. You guys know that. I don't even have to say it. And this provides you with 90 days. Okay. You get the online platform. Everything is brand new. Everything is remastered for $149. And that includes your free shipping. So literally May, June, July, you have something to study throughout the summer. To study. All right. So let's get it. Let's get in here. You guys that have it, come on. All right. This is our year. This is what we need to do. All right. Shanique, like antique. Okay. Thank you. I like that. Shanique, like antique. So yeah, join us, Shanique, in the virtual trainer. You're really going to love it. All right. Can you still get a rebate if you have the DVD MVT? Absolutely. So thank you for reminding me that. And this is great because even if you pay the $149, which is extremely low for the virtual trainer, you can get a rebate if you have the DVD program. All you have to do is send in a video saying the differences, in your opinion, between the DVD program and the virtual trainer. So what you love about the DVD program, what you love about the virtual trainer, just whatever, honestly. Okay. And so you get it. And then we'll make sure that you only have paid $99 for your virtual trainer. So it's a rebate. Okay. It is a rebate. All right. What if I don't finish it in 90 days? Well, if you don't finish it in 90 days, the virtual trainer is a subscription program. So it will automatically renew at $69 for an additional 30 days. Right? So if you don't finish it, you do have the ability to extend. And we have many students who extended for whatever reasons. We had students whose test dates were canceled and so they had to reschedule. So they're just in the virtual trainer, still having access to it during that time. Okay. So Absolutely. Also, the testing in the virtual trainer, you can definitely take those tests over again. I really lay out the VT in the video, how to study the virtual trainer. So please go check it out and see all the wonderful benefits that you have for studying in the virtual trainer. And yep. So also, one more thing I'm trying to read. I'm done. So the renewal is 30 days. Okay. The renewal is 30 days. All right. Thank you for the encouragement. All the words, the virtual trainer and quick facts really works. I love the VT. I love the VT. Congratulations again. Thank you so much. All right. So one of the books that you get again is the VT workbook. What I love about it is I already have taken half of the notes for you guys. So literally, you're filling in the things that are important to you and the things that I say, I turn to substance abuse, which I said was one of my favorite videos. So I am taking half of the notes. I'm doing half of the work for you guys. So literally you are filling it in. It's very active learning. All right. I promise you it's not boring. I promise you, you will enjoy the studying. All right. You will definitely enjoy the studying. You might not enjoy NCLEX, but you definitely will enjoy the studying. I would say if you're not in school, a lot of my nursing students, they just jumped on it because of the sale. And so they're in the virtual trainer now. And if you just have one more semester to go, EKGs, everybody loves EKGs. If you just have one more semester to go, if you do this entire workbook, you'll get an A on every exam. I'm telling you, you will be at the top of the class if you go through this workbook. And so that's why we have nursing students right now. We have entire classes in the virtual trainer, because their teachers are so proactive and they wanted them to be ready. So I'm really excited. Okay, I am. I'm just so excited to be able to have this program. I really feel like the Lord positioned the company to be able to be an effective ministry right now during this time, because we transitioned to the virtual trainer. It seems like in just the right time when people were not able to take their live classes. People are not able to go back to nursing school. Don't even know when we're going to go back to nursing school, or if we go back to nursing school with the social distancing, so relevant to today. All right. And so remarnurse.com, somebody put that on the screen for me, remarnurse.com. If you go there, that's my website. And so it will explain all of the products and also just how to secure your virtual trainer. Okay. Now, before we go, I know that we have nursing students, and I know that we have family members who are sick, who have contracted the virus. And so I want to say a prayer. So if you, just want to put your name up or a prayer request right now, please do so. I want to say a prayer for everybody who is dealing with something right now, health-wise. There is literally we got a call last night that was very, it was just startling. It was just startling. And so with the coronavirus right now that's out, it's not something for the elderly anymore. Young people are getting sick. Young people are dying. Mothers, so many nurses are contracting it. So many nurses are really struggling to provide care and stay healthy. People are making tremendous, I see you, Jamie. Yep. People are making tremendous sacrifices, literally telling their children goodbye, telling their families goodbye while they care for, patients in the hospital. And, at this time, there's just not enough nurses. All right. There's just not enough nurses. So I want to say a prayer here. Yes. Just pray for all of us. We are all affected by the situation. Absolutely. And please, I need prayer for me and my son. And, God knows, he really knows what every individual house needs. But there's something about being able to just, for me personally, there's something about being able to go to God and just cast my concerns and my burdens, and then I don't have to carry them around for the rest of the day, and I can literally just let it go. So that's what I wanted to do for us on this live. All right. Okay. And then, if we're going to go back and we're going to look at every prayer request, and we're going to read it and just say a prayer for you guys as well. So it was meaningful for you to be on this live with me today. All right. It is meaningful. All right. So we're going to go in prayer right now. Okay. Heavenly Father, we are just, we're so grateful. We're just so grateful, number one, for all that we have. You have blessed us with so much. All right. We have our health. We have our minds. Lord, everybody watching this broadcast today under the sound of my voice has been given new life on this day. We have been given a new day that we have never seen, Lord, and it is indeed a gift. No matter what is going on, the time that you have granted us, God, is a special gift. And so we just thank you. We just thank you, first of all, before we ask for anything. We thank you for your goodness. We thank you for your mercy, and we thank you for your grace, God. We thank you because we have more than other people, Lord. So help us to be mindful of those who don't have as much as we do. Lord, I'm also asking that during this time of this virus, Lord, that you would continue to provide your protection around us, Lord. And those who have been stricken with it, that you would bring them through quickly. You would touch their bodies and heal them, Lord. You would send your angels in the hospital room to watch over the patients and watch over the nurses, Lord, and guide the doctor's hands and increase their knowledge so that health could be restored quickly. We don't want to lose any more people. We don't want to lose any more people to this virus, Lord. Holy Spirit, please comfort those who have suffered loss already. Give them the spirit of peace, and the spirit of peace that passes all understanding. Don't have, Lord, right now, or who are suffering, provide for them. Be their provision. For mothers who are trying to provide for their children, Lord, increase their strength. Lord, bless them. Whether it's financially, Lord, we will be grateful. But if it's not financial, if it's just them staying healthy, Lord, that is indeed a blessing, that no sickness falls upon our houses. We will be grateful, but we thank you, and we know that nothing takes you by surprise. And this is not taking you by surprise, but you can use anything, even a virus, to bring glory to your name. And so, Lord, we stand in agreement with all of heaven. We stand in agreement, Lord, that through anything, we will give you the praise and the glory and honor, and that Jesus Christ is the name above all names, Lord. And we thank you. We thank you for everything that you do for us. Be with us as we study. Be with us as we continue to be persistent. Help us, Lord, to clear our minds, that during this difficult time, we would still take the needed moments to study, and help us to get our license, Lord. Some people need this nursing license that they may survive. We don't want to be without a job. We don't want, Lord, to have to not use our knowledge. You've blessed us with nursing knowledge. Help us to be able to use it to help other people, your people. But we need your help, Lord. We need your strength. And we're claiming the victory in our lives. Lord, forgive us. Forgive us where we have fallen short, where we have not lived up to your standards. Help us through the power of the Holy Spirit be more like you. Help us to love one another. In Jesus Christ's name, amen. Okay. All right. Okay. So we have a lot to be grateful for during this time. All right. One of the things I'm really grateful for is that we still have the ability to come together. We still have the ability to come together and study. Yeah. And where 2 or 3 are gathered, we know that he's in the midst. Oh, yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for joining me today and studying. And I hope to see you soon. I do. I hope to see you soon. Get in position to receive. All right. Get in position to receive the blessing. All right. And let's just keep our thoughts and our minds consecrated on goodness, and let's work hard for the goal. All right. So I will see you guys later. Bye.